GM everyone. Hello and welcome to our live MA with Revo and me, Agnes. Hi, Revo.
Hi, hey everyone. Nice to finally talk to the community. It's our first AMA since we are on Ronin.
Yeah, we're super excited to have you here with us. And we saw many questions in the community to like recent features and what we are up to. And obviously, in the last 2 weeks, a lot has happened. So we thought it's the best to do an AMA. We want to answer all your questions. We already gathered some questions. Feel free to as well ask live questions here. You can just like post under the X post, or as well feel free to go to Discord to post a question to the feedback box. I will always have a look in there and we will pick them up. I'm handing out over now the mic to Revo.
Yep. Thanks, Agnes. So yeah, we've been live on Ronin for 2 weeks now. It were like quite turbulent times for us, and Claudia experienced some of that as well. But in general, like it looks like it was a quite decent launch. We have many people enjoying the game, having fun, and progressing, trading. Like if you look at the on-chain traction numbers and so on and so forth. But of course, we had many challenges as well, which we are already fixing some, but continue to fix some more. And yeah, it's always like you don't know what will happen once we launch on Mainnet. Of course, we've been on testnet for quite some time. We had Project Voyager. We already identified and fixed a lot of issues there, but now we are on a new chain with a new decentralized exchange, and there might be new issues happening. Also, the bots got a bit more creative, I would say, although I think also we are in a very good level on this side now as well. And yeah, want to use this opportunity now to speak to you about all the recent changes we did and recent changes we had to do as well. And also answer all your questions that you have, as well as share some insights about the future and where we want to go to. But I want to make this quite interactive. So please always ask some questions in the chat, and we can go from there step by step. So first, I want to talk about all the recent changes we made since the mainnet launch, because some of you definitely see them as a step back, and I can totally understand this. And yeah, I want to share a bit of background on why we're doing this and why we had to do this, and basically also give you a bit of like kind of foresight on where this is going. So when we already started going on mainnet, we introduced the Pro account. Pro account is mainly there to limit all the withdrawals that go to the blockchain itself, basically all the resources that are leaving the game itself. And the Pro account costs some money. And for us, the most important thing why we're doing this is to protect against bots. We would also like to have it in a way where everyone can just withdraw in and out at every time, as many withdrawals and deposits as they want. But yeah, then we would have like mayhem with all the bots who are just like botting and multi-accounting. And we've seen this on a testnet already, although the tokens didn't have any value, black markets were created, and so on and so forth. So we started with the Pro account. Additionally to the Pro account, we are still reviewing all the withdrawals that go out to the blockchain because still bots are buying the Pro accounts, and they yeah, using also multi-accounting. We identified bot farms with 20 to 40 accounts that all bought the Pro account and trying to withdraw to the game. And with reviewing them, of course, we won't be able to still identify all the bots and block them, but we already banned a lot of these bots, and therefore we also have the withdrawal system in place. The only thing to really fight bots is to limit their economic incentives. So they're here to make money, and they don't care about anything else. And therefore, if we kill their kind of money path, then they will stop eventually. And with Pro account already gives like a bigger barrier in order to basically make this possible to just like make money out of the game. So they first need to spend some money, and then of course they could still try to recoup that money with the tokens that we withdraw. But as we have this withdrawal feature or blocking feature where we look through the accounts, there's always a very high risk for them also to get banned and then even losing out on money. And this way, we already see way less bot activity than we had before, especially on the testnet already. And we've banned, I think, more than 400 to 500 accounts that were buying the Pro account. So it's definitely working, and we're doing this every day. The withdrawal process is a manual review that mostly I and one other team member are doing. And I think so far it's quite effective. But of course, we need to continue here in order to automate more. So we have faster unlocks. And also, we are in the background also adding more and more tools for the reviewing so that we can first spot even more bots and second, even make it more efficient. That said, one of the first changes we did was to increase the price of the Pro account from around $5 to around $10 because we had so many people buying it, which is great. But as we are a small team and we weren't really coped with all the tools that we have now to review accounts, it was a lot of manual effort, and therefore we needed to reduce the number of accounts that we need to review, and therefore increase the price in order to still have, basically fast enough time to withdraw and to basically, kind of reduce a bit these number of requests. So that was like the first thing we did. We also put the pools on the Pro account because so far we haven't seen this, and now it's also not possible anymore. But there is an attack factor where people could withdraw tokens through the pools, and that's why we put the pool feature into the Pro account as well. That was the second change. Third change now is even further increase in the price of the Pro account only slightly, first to accommodate the extra trades that we're giving out. But second, also the DinoCoin price is rising over the past days and weeks since we are live. This means bots can recoup the money faster that they spent on the withdrawal, and therefore making even, kind of, it's easier for them to make money then. So this way, we are trying to counter these things. That's why we have those things in place. It's not so much about us making revenue. That's of course an additional benefit. We still need to also cover a lot of costs, but it's mostly there to limit the economic incentives of the bots. So that was all about the Pro account and why we made those changes. Next, some further changes we made were to limit the trading in general. So there was another attack factor where bots could basically manipulate the market in order to withdraw tokens from the game. That's why they mostly used higher resources where there's not a lot of trading activity, like fiberglass, dynamite, and a few others. That's why we decided to limit the resource trading to only the ones that you have unlocked. This basically left the bots only with a few resources that they can basically manipulate. And these resources, as there's like a lot of transactions happening, a lot of volume happening, and a lot of liquidity on these resources, basically the mud, clay, sand, copper resources, this is basically kind of making them way harder to extract. And we've seen this. There were a few attacks on these resources as well, but the money they got out of it was way less than before. And now, even with like some other additional bot protections that we developed over the last week, we see them almost giving up. So we don't see any attacks on this side anymore. So all in all, I think we're on a very good level with fighting the bots at the current state, although there will be more happening in the future. But yeah, this all came with the limitations that we need to put in place. We are generally want to give you enough freedom to basically trade, to withdraw, and all of these things. But if we wouldn't have put these limitations into place, I think by now the economy would be totally swamped and destroyed. And I think that would also not be fun for you as the players. Saying that, we want to find other more creative solutions and also solutions that are less limiting you in what you do. But this takes more time, it's more development effort, it's more game design effort, and we needed to do and to implement fast solutions. That's why in these last 2 weeks we needed to implement features that are limiting you quite a lot in order to fight the bots. Now that we basically on a good level, we can now see like what we can ease, what we can make better in order to still make it hard for the bots to extract, but at the same time giving back to you the or removing the limitations that we put into place, at least to some degree, so that you can have more fun while the bots are still having a harder time. Last but not least, I want to touch on the trading limitations that we put in place. We knew from the start that we won't be able to cover all the gas costs for free for everyone, but we wanted to start without a limitation because first we wanted to test if there's enough appetite of players actually trading, what's the peak here, how much gas it would actually consume, if there's a possibility that we can leave it unlimited. And therefore we started without any limitations on trades, and we've seen a huge explosion. I think we 10x the number of daily trades or weekly trades that the whole Ronin ecosystem had before. So I think it was like around 100K weekly trades. We had almost 1 million weekly trades now. So we 10x this, as well as we were responsible for around 50 to 60% of all the gas on Ronin itself. And yeah, this means a quite high bill for us. And this bill is way higher than all the revenue we make through the game at all, through all the pro accounts, through all the ads that you watch, through all the other monetization features we have in the game. So each day we are losing out on money, and that's not sustainable for the long run. And that's why we needed to put limitations on the trades as well. And this was also the fastest way on how we can make this happen. Just like because we already have an in-app purchase system, we already have like a run purchase system to just limit the number of trades you can do, and you can purchase more in order to cover it. I know that there's many other options that we also want to explore, especially letting you pay the gas on your own if you want to choose. Although this is a bit more complex, it's not impossible, but we would need to do more changes. And as this was costing us significant money, we needed to act fast and put something into place. So going forward, we will definitely improve the whole trading limitations. We want to create a whole new feature out of this, where you can win additional trades, for example, the masterpiece contributions, that you can also pay for your own gas, that you can maybe upgrade the exchange in order to get more trades per day, that there's a capacity that can fill up. So if you don't use all the trades on one day, you can use more on the other day. So these are all improvements that we can do, but it takes a bit more time. And as we need to act fast, we first need to go the kind of harsher way and limit it. But we want to we see the exchange as one of the core features. It's also one of the things I think where we are innovating the most, and we want to give you back the trades without limitations as much as we can. And so moving forward, we will definitely improve this. And now that we are kind of on a level where we have a bit more room to breathe, the last 2 weeks for us as a team was also very hectic. Not all of the things which we released and seen and you've seen were covered there. We also did a lot of things in the background, and I think now we're getting to a level where there's still some issues open, especially around the trades failing. We have a lot of things that we are working on, and the trades will become faster, they will become more stable, and they will also compensate better if something fails. Once we have this in place, we will then focus on creating new features, looking at the limitations we put into place and try to ease them, and also basically run our first event with the Ronke community that we teased already. And then I guess we can bring back to you much more fun, joy, and new features that we also as a team really want to ship. It's also for us, like, we don't have fun in building up these limitations. We have fun into bringing good experiences to you. And we are also as a team really looking forward to all of these new things. So I talked a lot. And as I said, I want to answer your questions that you have. I also wanted to kind of use this in order to explain why we are doing these things. And I hope I could bring a bit of like kind of background information to you, as well as assure you that we will be putting more effort into developing new features, making the game more fun, and giving back to you all the kind of great features that we are limiting right now. So I would say let's go into some questions that you may have, and I'm happy to answer anything. Please feel free to just put them into the chat or forward them to one of our team members. Maybe Agnes, can you go through the questions step by step and I'll answer them?
Yes. So I was collecting them everywhere. So mainly we got questions here on the stream board. I as well checked on the feedback box and so on. So I can start with the stream here and can directly display them. So we got a lot of GMs. If you ask a question, please in English, because otherwise we will not understand. The first question is, can new users claim Dino coins, or is it too late?
So if you participated in Project Voyager and got a rank between 1 and 25,000, you will be able to claim your Dino coin. Some of the players who didn't start the game during Project Voyager and made it to the leaderboard are not able to claim yet. As I said, we were fighting a lot of other issues that had higher priorities, but we will do another allow listing in the next days and weeks once we have time for it, and then you will be able to claim your Dino coins. If you haven't participated into Project Voyager, there's no direct Dino coin claiming at the moment.
Great, thank you. And the next question is from Ruben Lupark. Please add liquidity to the resource tokens, just a bit of selling to price. The price fluctuates rapidly.
Yeah, so our philosophy is to leave the market as it is. Like basically our goal is to create a player-owned economy where you own the economy and we are more or less providing the tools and the platform for it. That's why we don't want to create resources out of thin air. and every resource should be created through the game. The only thing where this wouldn't work is when setting up the initial liquidity for the pools. So we made this one exception to mint a few of the resources out of thin air in order to put them as liquidity to the pools, but we try to make it as little as possible so that you as the players can basically put liquidity on your own and therefore also get passive fees in forms of in-game resources and Dino Coin. And then it's basically us not influencing anything on this economy, but it's about the players who can decide on where to move the liquidity. And therefore, yeah, liquidity in the beginning is definitely very high, and the liquidity is very low. Therefore, the volatility is high, but this will change over time as more players will put liquidity into the pools.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And then another one from Banana Molen. Not sure if I understand it. Swap coin, no liquidity.
Maybe it was similar to the question before.
Yeah. Okay. Another one from Sato Void Dino. Is there any use case for the resources or same as always? Repeat the cycle and masterpiece only.
Yeah, so resources can be used for masterpiece as well as upgrading your factories or unlocking some of the land plots. These are the main use cases for now, as well as the buildings. But we'll add more features in the future. I talked a bit about the trades. I also want to establish a feature where you basically can buy extra trades also with in-game resources. So that could be another thing. But yeah, we have many more ideas that we want to put into place for the game, which all basically add resource things to the economy, and therefore, yeah, you have more utility with the tokens, and then can use them more widely, and they're also being depleted faster.
Okay, makes sense. We have another question from Guillermo Calam, and I think he's talking about the bots. Once the market recovers, they come back to drain the game again.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So bots will always find creative ways in order to manipulate the game in order to get the most out of it for themselves. And yeah, so far right now it looks like we can handle it quite well, but there will be more bots coming, other different factors. But at least for now, we have a bit of time to have a deeper look on what we can do. There were a lot of suggestions from you as the community on what we can do to fight the bots, and we appreciate them a lot, and we are hearing them. And we will, now that we have a bit more room to breathe, like review them carefully, decide on what the next steps are, so that we can have even better system once they're coming back.
Thank you so much. And another topic on the bots and the Earth mine from Ministruct.run. The problem is that bots don't need to buy the pro, they can manipulate the market using free Earth.
Yes, I yeah, basically talked about it a bit before. Yes, this market manipulation is very tough to limit because the bots only need to do one trade with each account, and we can't basically limit the trades for everyone. So yeah, this way they can manipulate it, but we put in the limitations that makes it way harder for them, as well as found some ways on how to identify them early enough before they can hit the exchange.
Thank you. And there is another question. It's a constructive feedback, I would say, and I think it's a misception, and I want to raise it so we can actually answer it. So the comment is 400 accounts banned X 10 USD.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so in our terms and conditions, and also in the recent document that we posted, is that we are not recompensating on any purchases. So yeah, the money that the bots especially put in and get banned, they won't be able to recoup. If you would recoup the money, it would basically not punish them or not putting a penalty on them, and it would just continue. Therefore, I think it's ethically correct to do it this way, and keep the bots a bit kind of decrease their economic incentive by this as well.
Yep, thank you. And another question from Sato Void. When are we expecting Metropolis, Air, Earth, and Plot NFTs?
Yeah, so we will be working on new features over the next weeks. We are right now preparing the next event that will go live soon. And then we will basically identify what is the priority on all the features that we tease through the era 3 and work on them step by step. So in the next few weeks, you should see already the first changes to the game that add new functionality. And then we will go and release them, kind of iteratively over time, gather more feedback from you as the community, and adjust our plans depending on this. So, I would say in the next weeks, there should be more coming on the feature end.
Thank you. There's a very similar question as well. When Ronke Craft times Craft, what you kind of answered it, but I just wanted to throw it in there as well still. Yes, so we started already to talk about how the dinos landed on Mainnet World and what they're discovering. So if you watch out for the announcement from yesterday, you see like in what kind of world they have already landed, and that they are about to meet new friends. And I will share daily from now on more and more what the dinos are up to on Mainnet World and what's happening there. And then there will be the grand finale of this new adventure. So stay tuned. It's coming very, very soon. And this one, I think it's similar to what we had before. 1,000 bot accounts times 100 coins per hour, beating in economy and price manipulation. But I think you tackled this. If it's about something else, just please correct me.
Yeah, exactly. Like I think we didn't see any price manipulation in the last few days. They might come back. Right now, we can handle it. We have some detection systems in place and made it harder, so they won't be able to do it that easily anymore. And therefore, at least for now, there shouldn't be any coins bleeding out of the game.
Nice. Then another question around in main events. So we answered this. Then we have this one from 30 the 3rd. In just 16 days, you increased the pro account price 2 times. Too much revenue already. I think you tackled it already as well, but perhaps you want to say 2 sentences to or one.
Yeah. As I said, we needed to do this in order to make the withdrawals, to handle the withdrawals from operational standpoint. Bots are still buying the pro accounts and they're buying this also in masses. As I said, we banned more than 400 accounts already. And in order to make sure that we can catch most of them, we need to limit the number of pro accounts. Pro accounts are mostly there to basically limit the withdrawals of tokens to the blockchain. It's not limiting the gameplay itself, except for the pools feature, where we also want to find another solution going forward. But if you don't want to extract tokens to the blockchain, you don't need a pro account. And therefore, we thought it makes sense that the ones who are just there to extract, or the bots, to pay more for it.
Thank you. And another question from RR. Hi, has the experience requirement been adjusted for account level?
Yes, we adjusted it. So there's a new max level. It's not 277 anymore. We thought there is a bit of, in the balancing of the levels, there's at some sequences, there are like, or like in certain times, there's always the same experience points that you need to reach for the next level. It was 2 million. We changed this so that you have like kind of an exponential curve that is that you know basically from other games as well.
Thank you. And a question from Tenny Fang. Implement withdrawal to high level only with tier-based cooldown depending on percent withdrawn.
Yeah. So yeah, we can, as I said, we can improve the whole experiences around withdrawals, tradings, and so on and so forth. The thing you mentioned here is definitely a way to look at it and to integrate. But yeah, it takes a bit more time, and we might do this in the future.
Yeah. Then we had the actually same one from 30 the 3rd. You can just put level requirements to withdraw instead of buying per account. So you just answered this. Let me move on.
Yeah, just to this.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, of course we can add higher level requirements, but then the bots would just level to this level. It would just buy us a bit more time, but it wouldn't, yeah, basically stop them from doing it.
Yeah. Then as well, we checked this question, but I just want to give you guys like the visibility that we are watching everything you post. What's the move on the liquidity of the resource token? Just a bit of selling fluctuates price. But you already said that we want to bring this into the players' hands. That's why we are not adding liquidity so much by ourselves.
Yeah, exactly.
And then from Yuda, what is error free?
Error free is basically like the game was going through a lot of phases in the past, and these were error 1 and 2. And error 3 is basically a set of features that we want to release in the near future, which kind of brings our game to a new level. There's an X recording as well as a slide deck that we share from time to time in the Discord. I think we can do this again. You can also ask in the community. They have the links handy. And there you basically see what future features we imagine for Craftworld.
Nice. And then a question from Rex. Planning any unique burning mechanism for resources and dino coins?
So for resources, as I said, we will implement more features so that they have more things to be burned with. On the dino coin side, we don't want to decrease the supply. It should basically stay the same. That's why we're not burning them. Currently, there's some dino coins being sucked out of the market because of the banning of the accounts. So we are not withdrawing the dino coins on banned accounts. So there's definitely, I think last time we checked, it was already 5 million, but this was already a week ago. I think by now it should be 10 million plus of dino coins that are basically locked in banned accounts. There is liquidity fees that go into our treasury, that goes into the Ronin treasury through the Cardano DEX fees, and they will be used in the future to do more giveaways. But yeah, there's no direct burning mechanism as we see Dino Coin as a medium of exchange and not to decrease its supply.
Yeah, thank you so much. Then there's a question from Ruben Lupak again. Can you change the price on the shop to RON or Dino Coin instead of dollars for some burning mechanics?
Yeah, same reason here. We don't want to use Dino Coin to burn. We want to use it for our player-owned economy. It should be the main currency to trade with. So we don't want to use it to buy anything else. Yeah, that's basically the reason why we're not doing this.
Yeah. Then there's a similar question from Watch, so I'm not going to put it up. Then again, yes, one can't wait for error free. Thank you guys. That's fucking raw from Hubris. Yeah, then as well a constructive question from, they are not going to fix the rapid price changes, they're only focused on creating passes to get more money out of us. So I as well wanted to raise this because so we can answer and take opposition to it, because obviously it's not like that, but we understand that it might seem like it. That's why as well we think it's so important that we do this AMA to just like shed some lights on what we are doing. And I think Revo tackled it as well, but I want to bring this up for just like 1-2 sentences perhaps.
Yeah. I mean, I expect the first part is of the resource price changes. So yeah, I think I answered this a couple of times. The other one is about creating passes to get more money out of us. This one is, as I said, we are not net positive on the revenue we make with the game versus our costs right now, as this is, as we had like very high gas fees that we need to pay. So that's not true. At the same time, we still need to make money with the game in order to continue developing it. So we have a team, although it's a small team of 10, we need to pay them, our engineers, our game designers, our artists, in order to continue to develop the game. So we need to monetize in order to make this happen. And therefore we will add more features in the future that we will also monetize. And I'm not lying here, but right now it's mostly there in order to cover our costs that we have. And that's the whole idea. And the pro account itself, as I said, it's not limiting the gameplay, except for the pools feature. You can still play the game for free. It's only there for the people who want to extract tokens from the game to the blockchain to most of the time make money for their own. And I think other than that, you can play the game even without a pro account.
Yeah, thank you so much. Then we have a question from Pandai to delete, or suggestion, delete the Earth from exchange and use only Earth mine.
If I get it right, we should delist the Earth token from the exchange. Then if we do this, we would delist all the other Earth tokens as well. We think, it doesn't make so much sense. We want to have this player-owned economy. There should be a free path of Earth in order to make people basically get comfortable with the system. We still have the fire and water paths, which are more limited in scarcity. We'll have more crafting trees or land plots that are also limited with scarce token that cannot just be inflated by a new account. In this way, Earth will become mainly an onboarding token, which is not so much needed in the future for all the other meta features that we want to build, but it's a good way in order to get people used to the exchange and all the other features that require Earth.
Yeah. And another suggestion on the Earth mine, or feeling is 500 Earth per minute ain't going to be enough to handle the factories. And then actually already Pandaito agreed and contributed, yes, it's a problem to increase time, but didn't increase the Earth each minute.
Yeah, we intentionally set the Earth mine production rate or limited to this 500. First, we want to encourage people using exchange because Earth is the cheapest resource you can buy, and therefore you can sell other resources to buy Earth again, and therefore keep your factories running. That is intentionally the way. And second, of course, it would also limit the bots, because if it would just increase and increase, it will be very harder to kind of manage the supply explosion of the Earth mine.
Yeah, thank you. And then as well from Pandaito, he feels the masterpiece this isn't relevant anymore? I think that's the question.
Yeah, I think the masterpiece is definitely, right now it's there to basically help you increase with experience points, to rank up high in the leaderboard, to get special avatars. We're adding more rewards to it in the future, and therefore you will be having more incentives to basically work on the masterpiece and compete there. Also on the events that we are launching, masterpieces will have a very big incentive as there are bigger prize pools with them. So you'll see this also in one of the upcoming events that we are doing.
Nice. And then Whiskas is asking, when next Project Voyager?
Yeah, so we'll probably use Project Voyager for any future airdrops and as well as like NFT mints. So everywhere where you could get potential rewards from our ecosystem, we'll use Project Voyager. And we don't have a concrete date yet, but it will come back eventually.
Nice. And then Sode XD is asking, what is the end game plan if players reach the end game resources?
Yeah, as I said, maybe it's good to look into the not Project Voyager, the Era 3 presentation. We need more features, more content once players get there, and that's something we'll develop in the next weeks.
Nice. And then from Eve, will the game have KYC? It's better than paying pro.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of difficulties with KYC, and it would also turn off a lot of players from actually playing the game. And it's a bit complicated to handle as well. It's of course not impossible, but we didn't see, I'm at least not aware of any game requiring full KYC. There might be ways on how we can do a KYC light, or basically create a reputation score that basically shows if you are a real person or not, and this is something we can use. But going with a full KYC mode where you need to use your ID card or driver license in order to identify in front of another person is first also quite expensive, and second limits a lot the player experience as well.
Yeah, nice. Thank you. And then a question from Twisted Fate. I'm not sure if I got it right, but I'm going to read it. If there's new item to craft later, can you not set the price high in the first place? Because I see this game become a racing game. We need a more stabilized market. The example is energy price dropped 30x in 2 days.
Yeah, so as I said, we put the liquidity very low. So this means there's not a lot of resources you can actually extract from the market prior. So some people were buying energy directly after the Dinocoin distribution, but there were only very few people and that could basically do this. And for them, it was a race. But as I said, there might be 5 to 10 people who got a bit of advantage from that. And that's why the price went up so much as well. So they spent actually quite a lot of Dino coins to get this energy first. And that's what's rising the price. That's now we see that people are actually producing energy and selling them to the market. So basically the first one who got them might get a slight advantage in the game, but they were also overpaying on the price of the energy back then. As we see now that the price is dropping, as more and more people are basically selling their energy and putting more liquidity in there, so it will stabilize at a decent price rate.
Nice, thank you. And then Akong Beast Mode wrote, so the team put initial liquidity on all of the resources to allow us to trade. Where does these fees go? Will they be added to the existing liquidity pool, or will they go to the team's revenue?
Yeah, we haven't decided on that yet. It's also decreasing a lot as other players are putting way more liquidity into the pools than our initial liquidity. Most likely we will just use these fees in order to maybe do some further giveaways with the fees that we collected, or use them as additional liquidity, as you said. But it's not decided yet, so it can go every route, but it's not as much as you think, and going forward, it's already like kind of neglectable, like kind of the fees that we collect here, as it mainly goes back to the players who are putting liquidity into the pools.
Thank you. And a question from Noy B. I'm not sure if I understand it. Perhaps it's more like a feedback. Yo, what's with the update? Crazy, all my work out of the window, not good. So perhaps Noy B, you could like tell us more about what you mean. He then later wrote, when swapped, but that's another topic. So perhaps he means the trading pairs update, but I think we talked about this a lot. So newbie, if you want to have like a more concrete question, please let us know. But perhaps we can tackle his other question: when swap to USDT or USDC?
Yeah. So maybe on the first question, you mean like basically the progress you had on a testnet. So this got all resetted for everyone. Everyone started on scratch on Ronin, and now all the tokens are on basically withdrawable to the blockchain and can be traded there for other tokens like RON and USDC or USDC. So that's already in place.
Nice. Then Shuzuki is asking any kind of free plan. I think you talked about it. Basically, the core game is free to play, apart like if you choose to withdraw the resources to then eventually sell them. But rather, if you want to add something to it, please feel free.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, withdrawals cost money, extra trades cost money, but as I said, we will improve on both ends to kind of give you less limitations and more fun on the free side as well.
Nice. Then Slayer888 is asking, when will the Dino coin be listed on Binance?
Yeah, as we advertised a lot in the past, is that we don't see Dino coin as like a financial token. It should mainly be used as a utility token for the game, and therefore, yeah, it's not something that would be listed on a centralized exchange anytime soon. I know that there are some other also utility tokens on Binance and other exchanges, but right now we don't have any plans for listing it. But maybe in the future there could be some opportunities.
Nice, thank you. And something, similar to this, interesting question. So happy to take it, Rabo. Is there a chance Dinocoin will be on any centralized exchange, or is it just in game? I mean, you basically just answered it, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Then one from Akong Beast Mode. Know that you said you have time to breathe. Are you going to be able to do something about the locked escrow account?
Yeah, so for everyone who's not aware what this is about, so in order to be compliant with some regulatory sites, we are having an escrow contract, and it means all the tokens that are basically deposited into the game are going to this escrow contract. This means we are can potentially withdraw all the tokens back once you withdraw them from the game. But right now we are minting new tokens. This means that the supply of the tokens are not actually reflected correctly on the chain. And there's ways to fix this, and we will work on this in the future. For the Dino coin, it stays at this 1.1 billion that we minted. We didn't mint any new tokens, and but we'll try to make this reflected on the on-chain supply very soon as well.
Nice, thank you. Then Slayer888 says as well, I want to be able to log into Ronin on the web without having to use my phone.
Yeah, right now, with the system we have in place, which is basically Wallet Connect, it's not possible to use the native browser plugin with Ronin Wallet. We will probably switch the system also in the upcoming weeks to a more modern approach, which should then also make it possible to use your wallet in the browser extension.
Nice. Then Noibi being said, then I just got no, it's just a game like Clash of Clans, no rewards, revenue value. I want to say our main intention is to build like a really cool, fun game. So I think we reached, we made a lot of players happy. We understand that with the recent changes, it's a bit different. And like Revo said before, we are like really building and building as many features to make it more fun and then give you this real world value in terms of fun. But perhaps Revo wants to add something to this.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what the intention is here, but yeah, we are building a game that has similar quality as Web2 games, with the caveat of creating a player-owned economy. So yeah, that's basically our goal. And there's the blockchain, which can enable especially this player-owned economy, as you can see it right now in the game. And we will continue to add more or utilize more blockchain features for our game.
Nice, thank you. Then help me how buy raw pass on crypto.
Yeah, right now we are not offering the raw pass via crypto purchases, but we will also add more of the purchases to be able to buy with crypto. So yeah, over the next week, you should probably see more purchases move there as well.
Nice. And then Laon G-Gen, do we need existing resources to upgrade factories in the upcoming Ronke event?
No, you won't need existing resources. Everyone will basically, it will be a separate crafting tree, and yeah, you basically will all start from the same level, basically.
Nice. Then we had some other question about season 2 of Project Voyager, but you already tackled this. So I'm going to move to Crypto World. Accumulated trades daily? Question mark.
Yes. So right now you have daily trades. As a free account, you get free daily trades. If you're not using them, you will have the next day again free daily trades. But yeah, we envision a system where you can also have a capacity, like say up to 10 trades. And if you're not using all of them, basically, if you're not using all of them on one day, or like the free trades on one day, they will just accumulate over time. And then you can do more trades on a single day.
Nice. Then Neuby asked, what about Dinocoin future? We want to hear from it. Many people have said it's been listed on exchanges. So I think he asked us before you tackled the question, but perhaps we want to say 1, 2, 3 sentences about like the kind of future of the Dinocoin where you see it.
You can read everything around the Dinocoin and its plans in our light paper. Go to angrydynamiteslab.com, and on the top bar you can see this. In a nutshell, we see Dinocoin as a pure utility token for the game. It can be used to exchange all the resources with each other, and it's listed on the Cardano Decentralized Exchange. And so far, we don't have any further listing plans here.
Nice. Then Meal is asking, do you plan to create real-world Dino IP like it goes with the Pudgy Penguins?
It's not our focus. Our focus is to build digital games. Although we see a lot of community members liking our merch. So we have cool t-shirts, we have even shoes, shorts, all kinds of merch. And we could expand this over time. Although right now our focus is to build a great gaming experience and then later we could work a bit on the IP itself with merge and real world items.
Nice. Then Sandra is asking, what is the burning mechanism for DinoCoin? And then later she added, token is keep printing.
Burning mechanism for DinoCoin. Yeah, as I said, we don't want to have a burning mechanism for DinoCoin. It should have a kind of stable supply, and it's also not inflating. The on-chain data, as we discussed earlier, is not correct. There's a lot of locked Dino coins that can't be accessed anymore, and although the supply on-chain is increasing, it's still at 1.1 billion that we initially minted, and 1 billion were distributed for the team, and the rest was distributed, like 100 million was distributed to our treasury, which we roughly used 50% on providing liquidity to the pools.
Nice. And then ZSY is asking, please give little prior or benefits for players who purchase no ads. And then the price he paid.
Yeah, the no ads is basically, I would say giving you quite a lot of benefits already. You can use it for all the land plots, which are for ads. You can use it to start the mine in the regular game as well as in events. You can use it to get more battery if you basically spend on the masterpiece, which also in events come very handy, as well as you can use it for kind of the research time decrease of the tokens or resources. And we might add also that you can get extra trades by watching an ad, and with a no ad offer, you then basically can get them for free.
Nice, thank you so much. So we came to an end to this StreamYard questions. I give you guys some more minutes if you have any more. So we were reading from top to bottom. But I'm gonna hop into the feedback box quickly to see if there are other questions. And someone is asking in there, is there a way to quicken the withdrawal review? It's been 5 hours and he needs to sell his energy.
Yeah, as I said, it's a manual review. We are trying to keep, I think so far we never took more time than 24 hours to review your withdrawals. And we try to make it as fast as possible, but as I said, it's a very important thing in order to stop the bots. So we need to take a bit of time to look through all the withdrawals that are going through the account. And I will do another pass later today, and then you will be unlocked.
Nice. And perhaps something from my side as well. So I saw previously some people were asking how to get support, and then there were some rumors that there's an external support service. So I just wanted to let you all know there's only one, or there are two ways for support. Either you're a holder, then you have like a holder support channel directly in our Discord. You can open a ticket there if you have the holder's role. And then we have as well a second support channel. It's via our email. The email is support@voya.games, but you can as well find the email in our Discord if you head to the Get Support channel. And in there as well, there are like all issues which you can solve by yourself. So feel free to have a read first to see if you can solve your issues. And then as well some explanations about like frequently asked questions. And if you cannot get help in there, please shoot us an email. We will answer all emails. We are a little bit behind of answering the emails, so we will not get an instant response. But we will get there. Please bear with us. We are a very small team, but yeah, we will get back to everyone, and all your messages are important, so don't worry. And there's no external server for support. So if someone is posting, hey, please join the server, it's always scam. Please be always careful. Keep in mind, we would never DM you first. We'll as well not provide support over DMs. And there are scammers who are impersonating a team member account, so please always verify. And if it's over DM and the team member is probably a scam, you can always ask in the lounge to verify if someone is known or not. Everyone will help you out there. So guys, let's stay Safu, and yeah, let me have another look into the StreamYard questions if someone asks something. Okay, so Sandra is asking, why don't you guys limit the supply of all the items in game when the item is less supply we create, less like 0.5 steel? Like remining BTC, so the item price will go up endlessly.
I'm not sure if I entirely understand the question, but I will say something about the supplies. So yeah, as the Earth resources are not scarce, and the more accounts there are, the more Earth resources get basically created. There is, of course, like unlimited supply on all the other resources that you create out of the Earth lane. That said, yeah, it just takes time basically to produce these resources, and therefore there's no unlimited supply, but we have the other resources, fire and water, as well as more that we want to launch in the future, which will be scarce in their production and therefore having more intrinsic value itself.
Nice. Then I got a question on X. Saijin is asking, why only free trades for free players?
Yeah, so we are paying the trades, and we don't know how long or how many players will there be playing for free. Could be that one day the player base explodes and there's a lot of free accounts who do trade, and this would cost us a lot of money. Therefore, we needed to limit it quite a lot to these free trades. That said, we will develop more features that when you rise in levels, for example, or use some in-game resources, that you can get additional trades here as well. And this will then basically give more free trades to the most loyal users.
Nice. Then Sage has a question. I honestly don't understand it, but perhaps you, when blocks spoil us?
Sorry, I didn't quite get us.
Yeah, when blocks spoil us? So perhaps Sage, if you can rephrase your question, we'll get back to it. Then Sandra is asking again, any plan for staking?
We don't have any plans for staking. We think staking is always just a tool in order to, kind of, in a lot of cases, it's just delaying basically the selling pressure, and we don't see so much benefits in that. The thing you can do is to provide liquidity to the pools, and therefore you can use a Dino coin and resources to help the market stabilize, and at the same time earning fees from the trading.
Okay, nice. Then some criticism from Eve. Nice idea. I don't know, however, I think he's talking about the staking. They'll raise pro account price instead.
Yeah, so right now we don't have any plans to raise it. We will adjust prices, of course, over time. It could also be the case that it goes down again. We are taking a look at how many reviews or withdrawals we get in order to manage, and this is hugely dependent on the number of players that are here for farming as well as for bots. So we are monitoring this, but right now we don't have any further plans to increase the price of the pro account.
Nice. Then Shizuki was asking about season 2 airdrop. We just tackled this, but we will as well, like this whole AMA will be available on X. It will stay available, so you can always like scroll back, rewind, and then you can get the answer. But OX Nesse is asking something new. Is there still a use for Voyager Mythic items?
Yep, we announced that the Project Voyager equipment pieces that you gathered during season 1 will not be resetted. So once we go into the next season, you should have them available.
Nice. Yes, these were currently all questions. Guys, these are your last seconds to pose a new question before we wrap up. So while I'm talking, I'm like scrolling through others. So in Discord, there's nothing. Right now in the StreamYard is as well nothing. So guys, if you have any question, this is your chance to ask it live. We are answering all questions. So yeah, please don't be shy. Let us know what you think.
I think there was one more question that we skipped. Can't find it though. Can you have a look, Agnes?
Yeah, but this one, Hubris, I don't see. Perhaps, Hubris, you know which one we skipped. Can you just type the question again for us, please?
Yeah, in the meantime, we can answer the question from Messiah. So, yeah, can spoil it a bit. It was already like this in the other events. Yes, you will get additional workers for holding NFTs of the featured collections in the event.
Okay, nice. And we have now the question skipped. Are we getting live global supply for resources?
Yes, yeah, we talked about it in the Discord server once, and yeah, we want to basically provide you with a dashboard where you can see the on-chain supplies as well as the off-chain supplies in regular intervals. I'm not sure if we can make it real time, but definitely on a daily basis, not maybe even on an hourly basis. That's something we still need to develop and publish, but yeah, we want to be transparent as possible and yeah, kind of deliver this to you guys.
Nice. And then there was another question from Sage. When celebration of 1 million transactions on stream sponsored by ADR giveaways?
Yeah, maybe you should do it. We are by now by almost 2 million transactions already. So maybe we can do it at 5 million.
Nice.
And then we can yeah definitely give out some cool giveaways and other things.
Also sounds like a plan. Then we have a question from Sandra. Are there going to be new, I think she means dino characters like wind or ice?
Yeah, so we are planning to release all elements of dinos. We have NFT collections for fire and water dinos. Earth is basically a free resource right now. So it could be that we'll just release an NFT for free for everyone that opens their account. And then one of the next collections could be the air dinos, which would be again limited in supply.
Nice. And then Messiah as well. Will the water and fire NFTs come soon to Mavis Market?
Yeah, so these are on Ethereum layer 1 currently available. They're on OpenSea, for example. You can trade them there. We don't have any plans to move them to Ronin or bridge them, but we want to make them as accessible as we can. And therefore, most likely at some point, we'll introduce an in-game marketplace where you can directly buy them from the game itself, maybe even using Dino coins for it or Ron itself. And yeah, we'll introduce this at some point.
Nice. Then Sage, I'm not sure if I understand, but perhaps Rabo, you do something on Discord with the community, and I think this is then now a community / U003C3, but I'm not sure.
It's a heart emoji, more or less.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I think he was commenting on something that we just talked about.
Yeah, nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, he was as well sharing more feedback. I love it. Sending love to the team. Thank you for being here and sharing quality time in this AMA with the family. Thank you so much for these kind words.
Yeah, I want to touch a bit on the community side. So I know that we put in a lot of limitations. I know that we were monetizing lately, but it's not like to basically scam you or to suck the money out of you. We really want to create a community, listen to the community, and also make a game that is fun, that we can pay our bills with, and as well is not being destroyed by by bots at all. So please bear with us, like the recent changes that we needed to do in order to keep the game alive. And yeah, we want to work more with you in the future on all the cool, great ideas that you have and want to share and build a great community with you guys. And that is our main intention and goal here.
Nice. Thank you so much. There was one question feedback box. I scrolled a little bit up, so people had the feeling they buy first a pro account and then they get banned. Perhaps you want to tackle this quickly too.
Yeah, there's probably many bots in the game that we don't see, but usually bots are there to withdraw or to make money, and therefore they need to buy the pro account. And as we can't review all the accounts in depth, we can only spot the ones that are doing withdrawals. And therefore, yeah, if you've been botting and buying a pro account, we will then most likely catch you through the review process. It's not like that we, yeah, kind of only want to wait until you buy, but it's more like from our end that we can't review every account in depth. But the ones who are doing withdrawals, we do, and therefore we'll find most of the bots through this process actually.
Nice. Then another question from Nisaya. When soon is the Dino Gotchi, and we'll be using some crafted resources at the Dino Gotchi as well?
Yeah, so we teased a bit the Dinogochi as like our third experience that ties into the player-owned economy. That means it will be a gamified experience where you can use our resources and might use the resources that Dinogochi produces in Craft World and Project Voyager again. So yeah, we want to have this interconnectedness between the games through this player-owned economy, which means all of the resources. And we've seen this already with Craft World and Project Voyager that you could use some of the Craft World resources to upgrade your equipment pieces. And we want to establish more of these interconnected games through this player-owned economy.
Nice. Then Sandra's saying to the moon, Dino. And then let's go. Shizuki is asking, I think we tackled this already. Can you add planning to buy per account with USDT?
So right now you can buy it with Ron. You can basically you can do it on the web version of the game. And so if you want to buy it with USDC, you would need to swap your USDC to Ron and then buy it with Ron.
Nice. And Ultimate Gaming is asking for Sage, any word on world map feature timeline?
Yeah, the world map is already there, although the features of the world map that we teased in the Era 3 are definitely not there. So yeah, we will improve the world map and the features that we yeah, want to integrate there over time. As I said, it will be an iterative process. We will almost every week like look at the feedback, look at the process, look at the numbers to identify like what are the highest priorities of features and then go there step by step.
Nice. And then Shark is saying, thank you for developing this fun and entertaining game that builds this incredible community. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks a lot, and appreciate also the positive feedback. Of course, we get a lot of also negative feedback, especially around the things that we discussed today. But yeah, all the positive. I hope you also have a positive time in Craft World and have fun. At least we see a lot of players playing the game, staying within the game. And if you feel like you're having fun, please also voice this, as it kind of brings us and the team itself more motivation to continue to build the game and add more features to it.
Yes, 100%. I can only second this. Thank you, guys. And then as well, Huber said 1,424 viewers, ADL effect. Nice. Then Sage is saying, amateur real ones always present to support. I guess it's positive feedback. I'm not sure. Thank you, Sage.
About the viewers.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Then Akong, how about raw pairs? Can we use USDC around to buy it? Yeah, you just tackled this with before,
Yeah,
right?
we want to enable it in the future. Yes.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, then we are again at the end of the questions in this stream so far. Going into the feedback box. Yes, I think that's it. Asking about an unblock, but I'm not sure what he's referring to. What is going on in the lounge? Da-da-da. Something like about, I'm not sure if we should ask a game designer for this. What level should I have Mod Factory and Clay Factory? Because I miss all time clay for make sand. I think it's more like a strategic question. So as well, guys, we have a lot of like OG players who love to strategize and really like as well help new people out. So it's great that Bex is asking this in here. Please as well ask like all your strategic questions, because there are so many players who are here as well since a long time, and they're very happy to help. And yeah, it's awesome. So it's great to see how you guys help out each other. So please don't stop. Continue. I quickly go to the holder chat. Okay, they are asking for a recap of the AMA. Yeah, so as I said before, we will, the stream is recorded, so you can always rewatch it. Raw, I think we're coming to the end. Follow back. Nice.
Great. Yeah. Just you're wrapping up today. If you didn't join in the beginning, I was explaining about the recent changes, why we did them, why we need to do them, and yeah, we will continue to deliver more cool features that you like to enjoy from now on. Please, if you have any ideas, we always value a lot your feedback, and that's also why we did this AMA today, to shine a bit a light on why we're doing these things. So yeah, hope you can understand our reasoning. We are not here to scam you. We're not here to just grab your money. We want to create a game that is pushing the boundaries, especially on the player-owned economy side, and yeah, going to continue doing this from now on.
Nice. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, it was a pleasure to have you all here. It was really great to get to answer your questions live. It's always easier, and then as in writing, and especially I think more people will then get the questions, because then they can always watch the recap. So yeah, thank you for being with us. Thank you for being part of this crazy road. So as we said before, 2 weeks on Mainnet, and there's way more to come. Stay tuned for further announcements about the Runky event. It's happening soon. It's gonna be really epic. Like everybody loves these events. I'm really hyped about them too. So if you haven't experienced any in-game event before, it will be really a completely new experience inside Craft World. There will be the whole RunKP and even different surprises. So yeah, just a couple of sleeps and it's there. So yeah, thank you so much for joining us well in here. Yeah, thank you for listening, and see you soon. See you in the Discord. See you in the game. Thank you, guys. Yeah, bye bye. I'm ending now.